Greeting fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Welcome to the 118th meeting of Online Chalk and Duster Toastmaster Club. My name is Toastmaster Ravinder. Being the sergeant at arms, it's my pleasure to be the first speaker for today's meeting. Let me reiterate the club mission of Toastmaster International. In the Toastmaster International, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication as well as the leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And there are three basic rules we all need to follow during this meeting. Number one, we don't discuss on anything about the controversial topics. And second, please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. Third, the most important one, please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. So now I keep this meeting officially open, being a presiding officer. I am opening this meeting, number 118. So welcome everyone. I want to start this meeting with a beautiful short story. On a rainy day, Amy found a stray kitten shivering outside her doorstep. Despite being allergic to cats, she couldn't ignore the little kitten. She took it in and dried it off and named it Raindrop. Unexpectedly, her allergy lessened over time. Amy and Raindrop became inseparable, teaching that sometimes the things we expect least can bring the most joy and healing. So we should always be ready to provide selfless service, selfless help to others. Always bear in mind that Almighty is constantly observing all of us. So with this, I hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the Day. He is none other than a software engineer and Vice President, Public Relation. And over to you, Toastmaster Danish Soma, the Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. I'm your Toastmaster for today's meeting. I'd love to be anchor for that wonderful meeting. Now, I want you to close your eyes. I will play on camera. Okay. Okay. Just close down your eyes. Take a breath and imagine something that you want to achieve in your life. Are you done? I think most of people have done, right? I think if I tell you there is a simple secret to attain anything in your life, and the same thing that is in all the successful people is consistency. They all are consistent in their life. If you want to achieve something in life, you need to be consistent in that thing. Let's suppose someone imagine of losing weight, or someone imagine that he want to be a great speaker. How he become a great speaker, or how he going to lose his weight. Weight loss is achieved by finding best techniques that suits your body and continuously practicing them until it becomes a part of your life. The same is valid for learning a new language. If you want to be a great speaker in some language, you need to speak that language until you become fluent in that language. You can't sit and say, I will learn that language automatically, or I will lose that weight automatically without doing any effort. That is not going to be happen. If you want to lose weight, you need to continuously go to gym, do exercise. You need to follow a strict diet. The same is valid for learning a new language. You need to learn the words of that language. You need to continue practicing them. Then you become a master at some day. You can't expect a magic pill that will help you to lose weight or learning a new language in just 1 month or 2 days. That is not going to happen. But with consistently practicing them, one day it will happen, and then day you will also not going to remember how I achieved this, how I become a great speaker, how I am able to lose that weight. But for that thing, you need to be consistent with yourself. You need to be consistent with your exercise. You need to be consistent with your speaking. Doesn't matter how badly you speak. Try to speak if you want to be a great speaker in English or some other language, right? So with this, back to the business, right? Our regular Toastmaster meeting had 3 segments: prepared speeches round, table topic session, and evaluation section. But today we don't have any table topic session. Feeling sad? But don't feel sad. But we have a great speakathon today, where our club great speakers going to inspire you with their speeches. So before starting the speakathon, I would like to call the tag team, which will help us. Now, Toastmaster Manoj have joined. Okay, Toastmaster Manoj, uh, have you?
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Okay. So now, before starting the speakathon, I would love to call Toastmaster Manoj, who is the general evaluator for today's meeting, who is going to call his tag team, who is going to help him to evaluate overall meeting. Toastmaster Manoj is a seasoned Toastmaster and Revit reader and a creative person. I think he's the best example of consistency can do. Whenever he comes to speak, he has speak a lot of great words you can take away from his speech. When it comes to writing, he has a great writer as well. So back to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you, Dennis. I am unable to see me. I hope you are able to see me. I don't know, something wrong with my camera. But anyways, we'll go along the meeting. As a general evaluator, my role is to give my evaluation in the third segment of the meeting. But with me, the tag team who are going to help me perform my duty in a better way. So first, I'll be calling on the timer of today's Gautam Jha to explain his role to all the members present today in the evening. Gautam?
Gautam, you are on mute.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmaster. I am the timer for today's meeting. My role as timer this evening is to time every speaker and evaluator. The timing rules are as follow. I will show the green card when the speaker completed 5 minutes. Yellow card will be shown at the end of 6 minutes. When the speaker completed 7 minutes, I will show the red card. And the individual evaluators should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Apart from this, I will be noting the time taken by other role player during the meeting and notify it to SA and TMOD and when required. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, the timer of the day, Gautam Jha. Now, let's move on to the R counter. And today the role is being played by Toastmaster Gaurav. Toastmaster Gaurav, please tell us your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. So today I will be performing the responsibility of R counter. And as a R counter, my responsibility is to note words and sounds that are used as a crunch or a pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused word, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen to the filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as or this mean. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of time each speaker use this expression when called by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you. With this, I hand it back to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. Now let's go on to the grammarian of today's meeting. It is none other than Toastmaster Sarika. Toastmaster Sarika, please explain your role to all of us.
Thanks for handing over to me. So the role of mine is grammarian. So usually I will share the word of the day as well as the phrase of the day. Besides this, in the meeting, I will observe the word choice, the pronunciation, how well the sentence is structured, and the particular phrases told by the participants, as well as I will monitor the language and grammar usage. That's all.
Can you tell us the word of the day and the phrase of the day, Sarika?
So the word of the day is assert. That means declare or affirm solemnly and formally as true. And the phrase of the day is a bitter pill to swallow. Pain. That means painful necessity to accept.
I request you, Sarika, to put it in the chat for the convenience of all of us. Now,
Already
with that,
shared this.
yes, you said something, Sarika. Did you say something, Sarika?
The word and phrase I have already shared in the chat box that I was
Thank
telling.
you. Thank you so much. With that, over to TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Danish Soma.
Danish, you are on mute.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Manoj, for that quick summary. Now it's time to start the Speechathon. So let me call the first speaker. Before calling the first speaker, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Lucky Daftoor, who is our chartered president, HR professional, and the founder of PlaneMyTraining.com, to share the evaluation guidelines for Toastmaster Gaurav Srivastava. Lucky?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Give me a moment, please. There is some problem in the camera. Yes. Am I visible?
Yes, you're visible and audible.
Okay. I'm sorry. There is some problem at my end. All right. So I have here with me. We all will be listening to Toastmaster Gaurav Srivastav, who will be giving his level 1 pathway to speech. The title of the speech is Power of Determination, and the speech falls in the pathway Dynamic Leadership. He will be giving 5 to 7 minutes speech.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Evaluator Lucky. Now it's time to call our first speaker, Toastmaster Gaurav Srivastava, who is a chartered accountant by 17 experience of corporate experience. His hobbies are riding and great love for cricket. So the title of his speech is the power Toastmaster Gaurav, the power of determination.
Thank you, Toastmaster Danish, for the lovely introduction. And I really appreciate the fact that you will have given me time to share my thoughts. So before I start my speech, I want to draw everybody's attention on one of the problem, which is basically a major health issue which is going on, that is diabetes. So on 14th of November every year, we celebrate International Diabetes Day. And currently, around 10% of the world population is impacted by diabetes, and Southeast Asia is becoming a diabetes hub. So we should change our lifestyle. We should go for a regular testing, and we should take all precautionary measures to avoid this disease, because health is wealth. And maybe in my next upcoming session, I will share the power of compounding and how you correlate your health with your wealth. So anyway, coming to the topic for today, what is determination and how it is different from motivation? Any guesses? Any thoughts? So, determination is basically the positive grit you have to achieve the success, to achieve what you think of. To achieve something, life gives you multiple choices, and out of that multiple choices, you determine something to achieve. So, once you determine, you plan, you act, you do, and you achieve. Now, motivation helps you to start the journey. Motivation helps you to start the journey, but determination helps you to end the journey. Motivation is external and determination is internal. Now, I'll share my personal experience, which which helped me to achieve my success in terms of my professional obligation, because I was determined to achieve that. When I was in class 10th, I was in class at the fag end of my schooling, 10th, 11th, 12th. I was focusing more towards sports. I wanted to do my career in sports because historically I was a mediocre student, and nobody in my family or in my circle ever thought that can make an education out of a career, I can make my career out of something which comes out of education. So they had the expectation either I'll go in the sports or I do some business. But somehow after class 12th, I think in order to get some stipend and to have some social respect, I joined a CA firm. And once I joined the CA firm, even though I was motivated to become a CA, I tried 2 times to pass the exam, but I failed. But still, the motivation factor which was there has gone down. But still, I gave a thought to myself that why I could not do it, because I was lacking the determination to clear my exams. I thought over it. I determined it that nothing happens. I have to do it. I have to do it. I don't have any other options. I have to do it. I was determined to achieve that success. Uh, for me to prove myself to others that yes, even a mediocre student can have his career in the field of education as well. So next time I planned all the activities. I studied at least 18 to 20 hours a day, and believe me, in the next attempt I cleared the CA intermediate both groups uh, at a go. In the entire city of Allahabad, there was only 3 people who have cleared the both groups in one single sitting. Now coming to the next level, that is the final. Again, the grit was again tested, because the level suddenly increases to extent until unless you have all the practical experiences and the professional experiences, you cannot achieve it. Again, a detailed level of planning was to be done, like how the activities was to be performed. Each and every step, each and every activities was to be planned, and based on the plan, we I was able to successfully clear the CA finals exams as well. So we so it was sheer determination which helped me to upgrade myself and prove to the society, yes, a mediocre student can also have his career in the field of education as well, something which is more related to the education as well. Now, coming to a Toastmaster. Like we all Toastmasters are motivated to join the Toastmaster, but it will be our determination that will help us to the extent we can reach out. With this, I like to conclude and hand it back to Toastmaster of the day for taking the session forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for that indeed great speech. I think being a doctor student to become a chartered accountant, the story itself is quite it shows the power of determination and what your determination can do. Great attempt. Now it's time to call our second speaker. So before calling our second speaker, I would like to call his evaluator, none other than Toastmaster Manoj, to share the evaluation guidelines for TTM Von Eric Tondik.
I must assert and say it is an honor to be evaluating TM Von this evening. TM Von is attempting level 3 speech from the pathways innovative planning. And the requirement of this speech is to inspire the audience. He himself is an inspiration whenever he is over here. So today, with his words, he's going to inspire us within 5 to 7 minutes. So in 5 to 7 minutes, TM Von attempts to inspire the audience today. With that, over to TMOD, Danish Soma.
Thank you, evaluator Manoj. I think we can't hold ourselves to get inspired by our own TTM Von. I think he's the one we always love to listen. TTM Von is a club board director of District 99. He's a motivation speaker, author, and a lot of things he do in his life. So without wasting much time, I would like to call TTM Von. The title of his speech is Life is a Story. TTM Von, Life is a Story.
Our life is a story that exists within us and reveals ourselves. Life is a personal narrative that you tell yourself and others. And that is how you help yourself and assert your supremacy. Life is your story. Fellow Toastmasters, fellow speakers, this is my story. What's your story? In the morning, when you wake up, you don't know what will happen, right? Maybe the sun is shining, or there must be a storm in your location, or it's snowing and you're shivering. Just like here in Canada, it's cold. Our story comes to the way just like a book or a movie. Life is not about mathematical problem. It comes to us situation by situation, scenario by scenario. As I mentioned, we don't know what will happen when we wake up, right? Life, aside from story, is a journey. But of course, a journey of consistency and asserting your effort regardless of what challenges that lies ahead. I'll tell you my story. And this time, my story this year. You see, fellow Toastmasters, every year we have a different story. Maybe your story last year is better than this year. But life must go on. This year, in our community, we were evacuated due to wildfire. My family and I are away from our home for 2 weeks. Imagine that. 2 weeks of uncertainty. I'm so afraid that my house will be burned and I'm going to start all over again. Well, my journey started 15 years ago when I first came as an immigrant in Canada. And I have to endure the coldness, walking -40 just to go to work. I still don't have a car back then. I don't own a home. My life is a journey in Canada. It's a hardship. Do you remember yourself when you're having that difficulty in your life? When you're starting? Probably when you're starting as a Toastmaster and still knowing how to speak. Do you remember your difficulties when you are new at your work and you still don't know everything? That is a story. No matter what will happen to us, life sometimes is tragedy. It can also be a comedy. And that makes us happy, right? Laughing in our own mistakes. Sometimes life is like a drama. Do you remember the time when you almost give up? You don't want to do your speech because you don't know how to follow the procedure in your pathways? Do you remember the time when you're about to give up because you keep on losing in a speech contest? Fellow Toastmaster, that is your story. And that is our journey that help us shape us our future. I encourage you, everyone, fellow Toastmasters. Make your life beautiful despite the challenges. And how can you make your life beautiful? Just be consistent. Consistency is the way to your journey. I always view life as a beautiful. It's a gift from God. And by sharing our story to other people through our speech, through our book, we are making life as beautiful as ever. So I encourage each and everyone. Life is sweet. Life is a story. Your life, you can make it a bestseller. Believe me. Over to you, Toastmaster Danish Soma. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Vaughan, for that great, wonderful speech. I really get inspired by your speech today. I think life itself a story, and we can't change. We have sometimes life have different phases, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but we all need to go through that phase to get to some new phase of your life. That is complete right. Now, thank you, Vaughan, for that. Now it's time to call the third speaker. That is me. So for that, I would like to call my evaluator, Toastmaster Lucky Taftu, to please share their evaluation guidelines for me.
Thank you, TMOD. So we have Toastmaster Danish Soma as our next speaker, who will be giving his Level 4 Pathway 1 Effective Coaching speech. Title of the speech is Transformation. And I would be evaluating him on his pace, vocal variety, and well-organized speech, and on his coaching experience. It will be a 5 to 7 minutes of speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lucky. Now, I work as a speaker. Self-transformation is hard at the start, messy in the middle, and best in the end. Everyone have a story of self-transformation. Self-transformation have a journey of ups, down, lost, and faith. This would be overcome if you had a proper coaching or guidance from someone who was in your position, same as you. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. How many of you have read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki?
I have read.
I think those who have not read that book have an idea about that book, right? Okay. It is a tale that unveils not just disparity of financial philosophy, but more importantly, profound importance of coaching in one journey to prosperity. Robert Rich Dad became his coach and sneaking him to the diverse nature of assets, finance, liabilities, entrepreneurship. It is far beyond the conventional wisdom of studying hard to secure a job, a path awaited by his poor dad. Through his coaching, he not he not open his eyes to some alternative path, but engage him how to survive in that path in the difficult world of finance. His essence lies in the transformative transformative journey of Robert. So what is a coaching? Coaching is a method of training individuals or group of individuals to learn some new skills that will help them to become more productive or make them a better individual. Do we really need a coaching or coach? Do we really need a coach? Because coach providing more information, support, and direction in the path of progress. Let's suppose you want to attain a great physique. So you join the gym, but if there is no one to guide you how to use dumbbells or machines, are you able to make a good physique? I think no. You need someone to guide you how to use dumbbells and machines and plan your diet for you. Although you have to do all the work by yourself, but the coach will show you the path to walk on. A few months back, my boss casually counseled me. I was tasked to guide a group of interns in the interactive dance of JavaScript, Cypress, Node, React, and get them ready for client interviews. I was shocked. I asked him, how am I going to do that? I'm not a coach. I never done coaching. But Avinash was evident. He does not get out. He wants me to guide them at anyhow and give me all the freedom to lay a crash course for them. And he added that I'm going to evaluate them at the last of your lessons, of last lectures. And these interns does not have a clue about JavaScript. It is back to zero, starting from the very single alphabet of coding. So I start making that every day felt like a roller coaster of functions and syntax. My nightly schedule transformed into a ritual of scripting lectures, making mind-blending assignments, and occasionally wondering if I'm making them to a rabbit hole. But when I'm teaching them, I realize the more I taught, more I get learned more I get from them as well. Now, the act of coaching becomes a two-way, bubbling my doubts and illustrating my own concepts. After my coaching, some interns become permanent in my company. When I left my company, they all thank me for the support, my knowledge, sharing my experience with them, so they get able to clear the interviews round. In that whole journey, I remember that that coaching is a gift that we all within need to be unwrapped. It is a profound of saying, let me help you. I'm there for you. Coaching is not about giving information or knowledge. It is about creating a bridge of your own experiences and someone aspiration to make their life more comfortable. Coaching is an art of alignment of someone else candle with your flames of your own speech experiences. Thanks, and back to you. Gaurav, can you stop? Okay. Now it's time to call our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Sarika. Before calling Toastmaster Sarika, I would like to call his evaluator, DTM Von Eric Tondik, to share the evaluation guidelines for Toastmaster Sarika.
Thank you, our dear Toastmaster of the day, Danish. And wonderful speech, by the way. Thank you for that. And tonight, our next speaker is Toastmaster Sarika. And she is attempting to do level 1, project 4. And the objective of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during the meeting. Another purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. Honoring the identities of trans is the title of her speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Danish Soma.
Thank you, DTM Von. Now it's time to call our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Sarika Das, who is working in an MNC as a customer experience support engine as experience. The title of his speech is Honoring the Identities of Trans. Toastmaster Sarika, honoring the identities of trans.
Thank you, Toastmaster Danish. Before starting, I apologize to all of the audiences presented in this meeting that I hope this topic does not hurt anyone's feelings. When I was younger, I wish I would have been told that nothing was wrong with me, and I was right. And all the experiences or all the things I deserve, the world has to offer to me. And my visions for future is worthy to pursue. Janet Monnet. Good evening, all the fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and presiding officer. In recent years, a rich tapestry we can observe in our human identity, that our understanding of gender identity has evolved. Along with this, challenging preconceived notions. So, can you recall a time that you have tried to understand someone's experience regards to gender identity? What was your learning from that experience? So, can someone share? Transgender individuals should not be deprived from their basic rights. It involves understanding the unique experience they are facing in their daily lives. As well as we should respect and recognize the boldness they have inside themselves that has pushed them to confront the world that hasn't gave enough scope to them. So let's share a few stories. So there was a transgender individual who lived in Florida. Once she went to the grocery store to buy some stuffs, and there a man attacked the individual. Another story I want to bring into notice is that a transgender individual transformed from male to female, and that person was threatened to death in the social media. If we read recent articles or if we see news, we can see that many countries like USA, Thailand, UK are giving chances to transgender individuals. Along with this, they are giving benefits like accommodation, health benefits, along with they are giving opportunities to work in the company. Let us understand the language of inclusivity. We should use the right pronouns as well as we should use the correct names, and we should build a culture of dignity and respect. Let us celebrate the strengths, resilience, and the achievements of these transgender individuals. Let the positivity of their work spread all around, and let them become the role model so that they can bring change in our society. Above all, we should stop perpetuating discrimination. We should come forward and confront the stereotypes that is prevailing in our society. Our responsibility is to educate ourselves that we should foster a change in our perspective towards these people. Through awareness, we can dismantle the misconceptions about them. So that's from all my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarika, for that wonderful speech. Even honoring the transgender is a great topic, is a great issue we should raise in our society to get equal respect them as others genders. Now it's time to call our last speaker for today, Toastmaster Nirmala. Before calling Toastmaster Nirmala, I would like to call his evaluator, that is me. So Toastmaster Nirmala is giving his speech from Project 3, Level 1, Office Pathway Dynamic Leadership. The title of the speech is Leadership. The timing guidelines for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note, you have to show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. The purpose of the project is for the member to use vocal variety and body language to enhance their speech. So all the best to Toastmaster Nirmala for her speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dennis. This is the journey to a student from a professional. After a college, getting a job is like a big achievement. Yes, I failed that time when I got a job, but getting a job is quite tough for me because my core trade is electrical, and our society think like that. The core trade like electric and mechanic is meant for men, not for women. So this way, I face interview. Whenever I face interview, interviewer start like interview that why did you choose this tough trade? Did you know you have to climb up the pole to repair short circuit? And I just suddenly stopped. I didn't know that time. What should I say to the interviewer? But I have the confidence. Till now, I have the confidence that I can do anything if I want to know. At least I got a chance in G Power as a trainee maintenance supervisor. first day at a job is quite. I am so much excited, but was little bit early. In first day, start with the introduction with HR. That went to smooth, and I was quite impressed other than. After that, they gave us a training about their product, about the company, about the market capture, of the G Power, everything, the information about the company. And then we are placed to our nominated department. As my department was the maintenance, so my key responsibility to do maintenance over machine with the 4 technician team. Every day I went to the machine. I did preventive maintenance, and with the help of technician, I do all paperwork. But whenever I went to the machine, I saw the circuit. I just puzzled up. I didn't know where the connection is, where the source is, machine getting the source, where is the main switch. I didn't know anything. But I question every day with the all technician. Are they all supporting me? They gave me answer. They all give me all support. My motto always to learn from them. Time flies. One day, my head of the department suddenly called me and gave me a responsibility that I take care of the furnace. Do you know anyone know what is furnace? I think Toastmaster got up and know about the furnace. What is furnace? Can you tell what is furnace? Toastmaster
So
got up
basically, when
or yes.
furnace is used for stress relieving. So whenever you bend a pipe, so it has some stress at the joints. So in case it is used for further operation, so that can lead to the failure of the furnace. So we have to release the stress which get built when we are folding the tubes and pipes.
Yes, that is the furnace. Furnace is combined of the burner of 10 to 12, and burner is where we get the fire flame. Is fire flame getting through the fuel and spark through the electricity. So there is a connection of electricity through there is a different types circuit breaker switch control the sparking. So somehow, with the help of a senior technician, I managed to learn the burner connection, and I replaced with the new older burner with the new burner, which I make the connection. And this was my first achievement toward the leadership. Because if I didn't know about the machine, how should I direct anyone to do work? Our head of the department gave me a 2 technician and some tools under my wing, and I went to the machine with my technician and take care of the PM. This is going on, but somehow I felt to do work by yourself easy, but commanding someone to do work is not easy. For that, we need a leadership skill to team up. With the time, I understand the whole process of the furnace and start, stop, how the connection work, everything I learned. And also I collaborate with my team, and with the word and knowledge, I earn their respect and trust. To build, I really build a team. So for that time I feel that to be a successful engineer with a leading capability, only knowledge cannot be very trigger point. We should know how to communicate with our team, because what have the power. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nirmala, for that wonderful speech. I think we all get inspired by your leadership skills. Now we have talked about what is consistency. Now it's time how to remain consistent when you're learning a new skill. I think learning a new skill is quite difficult for everyone, right? How to remain consistent in your journey to become a better individual. First, in the start, I want you to imagine your goal. If you're not going to imagine your goal, it is not going to be your reality at all. For being consistent in any journey, you need to first imagine that your goal. Second, divide your goal into smaller goals, because try to achieve your smaller goals to achieve your bigger goals. Third, write down your task and efforts. Try to measure your task, efforts, while it going to your goal or not. Fourth, always remind yourself why you started. In any journey, in being consistent, there's some days when you think of giving up. But always try to remember yourself why you started this, why you want to be this, why you want to learn this skill, how it's going to benefit you. Third, try to surround yourself with people who have same energy and same passion for that goal. Like we all here to every Saturday to discuss, to speak in English, to develop our communication skills and leadership skills. If I don't join this Saturday meeting, am I able to make a communicator? I guess no. So every time we need someone to support us in our journey as well. Dean Harley, in his famous book, Compound Effect, talked about a simple formula. Simple, small changes consistently practiced over a constant period of time is equal to huge results. There is no secret of achieving something. There are simple habits, simple changes you can make to everyday life to achieve that goal. With this, now it's time to start our second segment, the evaluation. So for this, I would like to call our general evaluator, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka. So back to you, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka.
Thank you so much, TMOD of the day. Now coming on to evaluation segment, we'll start with speech evaluations. And for the first speaker, the evaluator evaluator. Okay, Lucky Doctor. Yeah, how can I forget Lucky Doctor? Lucky with his magnetic and enigmatic smile like that of Mona Lisa on the screen. Let's hear your evaluation today.
Thank you, General Evaluator. What an adept way of writing a speech. Toastmaster Gaurav, I would like to congratulate you that you were fantastic in meeting the purpose of your speech, that is writing a good speech. Your speech had a complete structure of a good start, a good content in between, and a good ending. You used your story, you used a question right in the beginning, and that is the first thing that I would like to appreciate. I would like to share my appreciations about your speech with this first thing, which is you started with a question and you engaged everyone by asking, what is determination? You also described, that was the second great thing that you did. You described determination and motivation. You differentiated between these two words, and you spoke some beautiful words like motivation is the start of a journey and determination ends the journey. You talked about motivation is external and determination is internal. So I liked all these aspects, and you were again adept in meeting the purpose by sharing your story of becoming a CA. And you were so candid in sharing your experience of that you were not good in education and still you did such a great competitive examination. You passed that and you became a CA. I would like to give you 2 things to work on for your next speech. Number 1, before sharing my points of improvement for you, I would like to mention that your speech, your words are like a song. You have got a very soothing voice, but I would like to see an action movie next time. I want to see some vocal variety. I want to see some action and energy in your speech next time. And I want to see some expressions. Bring out some vocal variety and expressions so that we experience an action movie. Your voice is very soothing, and as I mentioned, your speech was like a song. It was well structured and it was like a song to my ears. But I want to see more of variety and energy in your next speech. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Lucky. I hope he'll get more energy into his speech next time. The way you have said, I think it's going to afford him, propel him to do that. Now, let's call on the second evaluator of today's evening. And the second evaluator, that's me. We'll all die a story one day. We'll all die a story one day. Why not make it the best one, a bestseller? And today, TM won with that. Believe me, I do believe you, DTM One. Whenever you speak anything, I do believe in you. Three attributes of your magnificent rendition today evening: what I heard, what I saw, and what I felt. Now, the first one, what I heard, a well-crafted script. When I say a well-crafted speech, it had a wonderful beginning when you explain the title of your speech. It was crystal clear to me that yes, this is what you are trying to speak. Now, after laying the foundation, explaining the title of the speech, you build on the structure by telling us your life story, those two experiences. So the edifice was ready now. Now you got to get the finishing touch by giving a takeaway for all of us. Be consistent, be resilient. And second aspect that I liked, what I heard today is the interrogative questions in between. That's the best way to connect with the audience. If the mind is wavering, like mind was wavering, my mind was wavering, you pulled me in with that interrogative question. Do you remember? Yes, you reminded all of us all those experiences we had in our journey. Now, what I saw the gestures from start till the end, and they're natural. The natural gestures, not artificially cultivated. And it was synchronous with your speech. Next, your posture, very, very balanced. And the space, you are able to use the space over there appropriately as per your talk. Facial expressions, again, another thing that I'm struggling with. You displayed that facial expressions today, which were again natural. Now, what I felt, I remained glued to your speech from the start till end because of the natural flow in which you spoke. Two aspects that you need to improve upon. You look down twice, like I'm looking down to my script, what I've written. Twice you look down, that was a bit awkward. I felt awkward. Second, when you told your personal story, oh, it connected. The worried father, the worried head of the family is worried because the forest fire. But how did you overcome all that? And what propelled you? What helped you to overcome that? I wanted to hear that. That was missing in your story. But overall, it is one of the best topic that I've heard. I learned a lot, and I'm going to take this away to implement in my life. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful talk. Now, let's go to the third evaluator. Third evaluator, let me search for the third evaluator. Is it again TM Lucky Doctor? Oh, so many hats we are wearing today, madam. Okay, again the third evaluator, Toastmaster Lucky Doctor.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Danish, you did a great job in explaining your coaching experience. You explained your the way you took your intern through the experience of learning new things, and the way you also learned in turn. So the purpose of your speech was definitely met in this way, and you did a great job in articulating a great flow of a speech that you had. The best thing that I liked in your speech was a great start with the right expressions that you had when you said that transformation is good in the beginning, messy in the middle, and again difficult towards. So something like that you said. So when you said messy in the middle, I really liked the expression and the way you had the voice modulation while speaking about that. You also mentioned about towards the end of your speech, you used some wonderful sentences like, it is like a bridge. Coaching is like a bridge between your experiences and someone's aspirations. You also mentioned that it is like a candle which lights up someone else's life. So these endings were really fantastic in terms of engaging your audience and keeping us glued to your speech. The areas of improvement that I would like to mention are, you were great, although you were great in your pace, in your voice modulation, you did a great job, but at certain places, you can improve next time by adding the pauses at the right place. Just look for where you are pausing your statements. For example, when you said difficult world of finance. So the pause came between difficult and world. You could have said difficult world of finance. After that, the pause can come, and that would have been more appropriate. Again, one more example, transformative journey of Robert Kiyosaki. So again, here, transformative journey of Robert Kiyosaki. So transformative and journey both should go together. So maybe you can try out speaking your speech a few times, practicing it a little more, and knowing where exactly to pause, and that will add lots of feathers to your speech and it will improve a lot. Although it was a wonderful speech and your expressions, your pace, your voice modulation were great, a little bit of tweaking here and there, as I mentioned, will take you to great heights. That's all. Over to you.
To me, I forgot. So now, the fourth evaluator of this evening, with another enigmatic smile, Toastmaster Sarika, please take on the stage.
It's DTM 1 for Toastmasters. Sarika.
Okay, not Sarika. It's DTM 1. Okay, DTM 1, please take on the stage to give your evaluation.
What a beautiful gift that you give to us, Toastmaster Sarika, in your speech. Fellow Toastmasters, did you receive that gift from her? Well, I received that gift. Take this gift, Toastmaster Sarika. You may not able to get this one, but what I'm going to give you is a gift of evaluation. And I'm going to use the word gift in my evaluation. Take note. I'm going to mention 4 things that will simplify my evaluation to you and will give an analytical discussion tonight that will make improve your speech next time. GIF stands for what was good, what was need to be improved, what was my favorite part, and what's my takeaway. So good, improve, favorite, takeaway. What was good? Our speaker tonight stand up. I like that. I can see her body language. Another good part of her speech is this, the clarity of her voice. So you see, when you stand up, there will be a clarity in your voice. What could be improved? Letter I. Toastmaster Sarika, I like you to improve this one. When you start your speech, make sure you are giving us a powerful introduction and not apologizing. However, I understand why you need to apologize because of the sensitivity of your speech. I recommend you can apologize probably in the middle, but not in the beginning, because in the beginning, you need to have a powerful introduction. What's my favorite part? My favorite part is this, your bravery. You are so courageous enough to tackle this very sensitive topic about the transgender. My favorite part, despite your bravery, despite those challenges when we speak about sensitive matter, you still incorporate story. And my takeaway, Toastmaster Sarika, and I'm hoping this will be also the takeaway of each and everyone. Our takeaway, you remind us to accept diversity, and you remind us to practice inclusion. Diversity, inclusion. Diversity, inclusion. That is our takeaway. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sarika. Looking forward for you to share this speech next time. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you. Thank you, TM Von Eric Tanduk, for that wonderful feedback that you gave. Now, going over to the last speaker of today, the evaluator, I'll call upon Toastmaster Danish Soma to give the evaluation for the last speaker of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator. First, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Nirmal Latas for that great speech. Leadership, itself a great topic to speak on. When we're talking about leadership, we can imagine Barack Obama, Narendra Modi, even Ravinder from nowadays, because he's showing a great leadership skills. But I think a great leader is someone who knows what he was doing, and then he can guide someone. If he doesn't know what he was doing, he can't guide someone. And from the speech of from the story of yours, that you first you learn about that machine, then you can guide someone. Is a great that shows that you are a great leader. And second skill that all the great leaders should have, they ask questions. They get good clarity about the thing. They should have about the thing, and that is a great thing from your speech I can take away. The second part, you give your speech in a standing ovation. All your facial expression, body movements are quite visible to me. So great attempt on that. Talking about a suggestion that I would like to give you for your next speech. Try to rehearse your speech before. I think there are a lot of things. A lot of time I think you are not able to recall the words. So try to record your speech in front of in front of mirror, so you're able to see your body movement as well, and please see the recording. So try to rehearse that words again and again, so you're not able to forget when you're delivering your speech in front of audience. Second, when you're giving your speech, now you are looking like you're standing like this, but try to stand like this. It shows you are quite unconfident. So third, use open legs. Keep all the palms open to all the audience. When you're doing a speech, you are looking like as when I'm doing this. But it is great, but you need to learn that skill. Third, vocal variety. I think you try to use vocal variety in your speech, but there are a lot of times then the vocal variety is quite missing, and you're just speaking some lines. So try to use vocal variety. Try to use how to take pause when you're dealing your speech. Right? I think overall a great attempt. I like your speech. I like your delivery. And I think you can improve on your vocal variety and body language for your next speech. Thanks, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Dennis. Wearing so many hats and doing a wonderful job today. Now coming on to my tag team. Tag team, yes. We'll start with the timer, Gautam Jha. You have to tell us the timing of the speakers, the timing of the evaluators too.
All have completed. All speakers are completed at a time except Sarika, TM Sarika Das. She has taken 4 minutes 26 seconds. And all the only two evaluators are considered for auxiliary role player, Lucky Doctor and Danish Soma, and TM Manoj Lanka, TM Lucky, and TM Rohn. Time taken 3 minutes. Manoj Lanka time taken 3 minutes 10 seconds. Lucky time taken 3 minutes 12 seconds. And Rohn time taken 3 minutes 9 seconds. Only Lucky taken 2 minutes 50 seconds and Danish 2 minutes 35 seconds.
Oh.
Over to you, General
I said 2 to 3 minutes for evaluation. So 2 to 3 minutes 30 seconds is
yeah, all evaluators are eligible for voting.
So all evaluators are eligible.
Yeah.
And
Only
speakers,
Sarika is not eligible.
Speakers
only
Gautam,
Sarika.
Speakers, I think Sarika fell short of the mark. Oh,
Short of time. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for that report. Now let's go over to the R counter of today's meeting. Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. Sir, can I request you to share me the sharing rights?
So whoever has the right,
Yes.
Ravinder.
Yes, given.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I've shared my screen. Just let me know once it is there. But overall, a great session. I think a lot of insights I got from all the speeches the speaker made. My screen is visible to all?
Yes.
Okay, great. So for today meeting, Danish was everywhere. So lot of observations on the Danish side. So he said one time, so 2 times, but 1 time, and he made 2 repeats, and he used word now 1 time. Ravinder was fine, and TM Manoj made a repeat 1 time. Myself 1 time and repeats 2 time. TM Vaughan made a repeat. The word was during 1 time. TM Lucky used 1 time and she made a repeat of 1 time. TM Sarika made a repeat of 1 time, and TM Nirmala used the filler word 3 times or 1 time. So 1 time, and she made 3 repeats. So this is the overall counter report for today's meeting. I hand it back to the general evaluator for taking the session forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gaurav, for flashing this, which is making it very, very clear to each one of us what mistakes you committed today evening. Now let's go over to the language evaluator, the grammarian of today, PM Sarika.
So I have taken the role at the very last minute, so I don't know how well I have evaluated. So coming with Gaurav, he has used the word stipend. Phrases he has used is health is wealth, upcoming sessions, how to relate health with wealth, determination helps to end the journey. I think he has used, I was focusing more on sports. Instead of this, he can use, I focused more on sports. He has used nice phrases. Then comes to Vaughan. He has used the word shivering. The word choice was good. Through narrating a story, he has described his part. He has used the word assert. Then the phrase he has used is life must go on. Another word he has used that is evacuated. The sentences were all well structured. It can also be comedy. Instead of this, it can be comedy also. Then he has questioned the audience. Then moving forward to Danish, the pronunciation of his words were too good. The phrases he has used, like self-transformation is messy in the middle, for beyond, transformative journey. Then he has drawn short stories. Then, as well as I would like to highlight that he could use group of individuals instead of saying group of individual. And lastly, Nirmala, I think she should use after college instead of after a college. The word she has used is that key responsibility, different topics she has displayed. Under of wing, she should try to use instead of under my wings. So that's all the observations I have taken. So over to you,
Thank
Manoj.
you, Toastmaster Sarika, for volunteering to take on this role at the last moment and doing full justice to it. Thanks a lot. Now, coming on to my role as the general evaluator, the default of today, I joined quite late, rushing from an official commitment, then joining in and doing a lot of mistakes here and there, forgetting who is doing what. But we managed. When you wear so many hats today, sometimes we get confused. And today, most of us are wearing that, we are doing that. But the best part of today's meeting is we can always pat our backs because we did a wonderful thing in meeting the objective of the speakeathon. The speeches were wonderfully crafted. Each one was a proved their best in whatever way they did, whatever way. It showed a lot of preparation. The scripts, the content was good, and the delivery, of course, every day is a step forward, and we're improving. That's why we're here. Or else we could be speaking at UN or becoming great speakers. Of course, we are aiming for that, and hopefully, all of us are going to get into that red circle one day, hearing our ideas. Till that, we have to be here practicing consistently. That's the message not only TMOD of the day Danish Soma gave, also our DTM Von Eric Tandock's takeaway for all of us was that consistency so that you can write your script for people to read it. Now, I do not have any suggestions. We did a wonderful job, and hopefully we'll continue this consistency and resilient to improve ourselves. With that, whoever is have to vote for the best speaker, best evaluator, and best main role players, the auxiliary role players. And with that, I hand it over to TMOD of the day, Danish Soma. Take it forward.
Thank you, General Evaluator. We're talking about consistency, right? We talked what is consistency, how to remain consistent. But one thing that come across consistency is that what is the difference between being consistent and habit? Habit also about doing the same thing again and again. And consistency is also about repetitions of things. But what is the minor difference between the two? Habit, consistency. Can anyone?
I felt to be a consistency, you have to do it consciously. Habit happens automatically. That's how I understand it.
Okay.
Maybe
Anyone?
first you have to be consistent, and then automatically that consistency becomes your habit.
Right. Right. To make something become a habit, you need to be consistent at that thing. You need to consistently learning that skill. But there's a minor difference. By habit, we do that thing by choice. By consistently, we want to do that thing at anyhow. If you want to be great speaker, speaking is not a habit for anyone. Speaking is an ability we want to attire. But habit is something that we like to do in a free times. If someone have a habit of making craft, he can make it profession from that. He can constantly practicing that. Then it becomes a more happier for them, right? With this, I would like to conclude my theme, consistency, and hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Ravinder Kaur.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Danish. Yeah. Kudos to everyone for playing their role proficiently. So let me launch the poll first, then we can proceed ahead. Yeah. Can everyone see the poll? I request everyone to please vote. Just 50% vote I have received. So I request Toastmaster Danish to kindly proceed with the meeting, with the networking session, so that I can prepare certificate. Okay. Yeah, please.
So, how was Speechathon for everyone, right? Toastmaster Gaurav, what's your opinion on Speechathon? I think you speak on a very important topic, the power of determination. From a normal child in school to become a chartered accountant itself, it's a great journey for you. Yeah. I think chartered accountant is one of the more toughest exam in India, and you have cracked the exam here. And then you are telling you're saying something that you're a normal student. I can't believe that. Yeah.
In class 12, I scored 57% marks. So that too in ISC board, maybe ISC and ICSC, wherein the minimum benchmark is somewhere around 90%. So you don't talk anything with the because at that time I was focusing more on the cricket part, but somehow uh, once maybe the cricket what I will say, the cricket journey or that thought of cricket from my mind got over, then you were at a stage that you have to do something, right?
Yes.
Life the options
Life.
was very limited with the options was very limited with me, and uh, I mean ultimately socially you have to prove that boss you are also someone who is worth to this society.
Right. Definitely. Yeah.
So that was the motivation factor. But once you appear the exam two times and you could not qualify, so that motivation goes away. So it becomes ultimately there has to be a determination. No, whatever it happens, I have to do it. That's it. End of the story.
Great. Yeah. I think your story is also. I think I can take. I think when I need to or motivate someone, I will definitely tell you a story on that. Yeah. And I think a great story from here as well about leadership, about he becomes a leader. I think leadership is something that we all possess, and we need some time to show that leadership to ourselves. And I think she had raised a very important point that first, before becoming leader, we should know how to manage a person. We should know about things we're doing, right? And this is like he shared a story about that machine, that he attained knowledge about the machine, then he guides someone about how to use that machine. I think that I love in his speech. I think that is a great sign of a great leader. So
Uh, Nirmala, I'm also surprised that I was not aware of the fact that you have worked here in Durgapur as well.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm,
do
I'm
work in G
I'm
Power.
really happy.
I
I'm really happy to know that.
you, I know you. I know you from that. You are from also G Power and TM Gaurav Gautam Jha. Also, I know him myself. He is a panel sub supervisor. I work with him, and I got a connection Satya sir from there. G
Okay.
Power.
Yeah, Satya was
Yes,
taking care
yes,
of maintenance earlier, I remember. When I joined, so
yes.
Satya was taking care of maintenance. Then he moved to business development.
Okay.
Uh,
So
till now, are you in
Sorry
G
to
power?
disturb you. The results are ready. So
Did-
first let me declare the result, and then after we will connect. Congratulations, DTM won for winning the Best Prepared Speaker Award. Congratulations. Danish, can you pin him
I don't
so that you can click the picture or keep the gallery? Okay.
I don't have the rights for that.
Okay, no worry. And the next one, the next award goes to. There is a tie between the evaluator, two people, the DTM won and the Toastmaster Manoj Lanka. They both are the best evaluator. Congratulations to both of you. And the next award goes to Toastmaster Danish for the TMOD role. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Danish. And then last award for the best auxiliary role player, the timer, the Toastmaster Gautam. Congratulations once again. Yeah. So I think we should keep a picture first. Toastmaster Gautam, kindly open your camera. Yeah. Congratulations, everyone, for performing your role as well as winning the
Thank
award.
you.
Yeah. So
Thank
with
you.
this, I wind up the meeting number 118. Now the session is open for networking. Let me stop the recording first.